Howdy folks, Bluesboy Jag here. Bluesboy Jag here. Bluesboy Jag. Blah, 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 blah. Bluesboy Jag. Cigar box guitar. This is a Padron 7000 box, and that is a dog bowl, upside down dog bowl in this box, which makes it a resonator. Cigar box guitar resonator. This right here is a bolt for a bridge that is angled so it would be perfectly intonated. It's supposed to be crooked. That is a humbucker pickup. No hum. Red oak neck, 25.5-inch scale, as are all of mine. These are the same frets you'd find on a Fender, Gibson, Gretsch, etc. guitar. Big, fancy, expensive guitar frets. Bolt for a nut, perfectly intonated, 3 strings, string tree, signed and numbered, neck stabilizer, oops, I forgot to put my strap holder back in there. That will go back in, obviously. 1/4-inch jack, 1 volume control. Playing this through a Fender Mustang amp. A string tuned to A, D string tuned to E, up full step to E, G string tuned to A. So it's a 5th, 4th, 3rd string. Playing with a pick currently. Pretty straightforward tone there. No distortion, so let's bring the reverb down a bit. And then we'll increase the distortion and the treble just a bit. Pretty heavy sound right here. pretty versatile. You can run it through any kind of amp. You don't have to have a Fender Mustang. I've got some old amps that I use, some tube amps. A lot of my customers use the contemporary solid state amps. I mean, any amp is fine. A lot of my customers use pig nose amp. I mean, just any amp is fine. Just like, you know, if you buy a Fender Strat, or say a Squier Strat, or a Squier Telecaster, or a Gibson, fancy expensive Gibson, or maybe if you buy one of the not quite so expensive electric guitars, you can plug them into any amp and you can tweak them however you like. Same thing with these. You can use these with any amp. I weight the bottom of the box here so that when you're on stage, it balances like this with your strap instead of like that. The neck tends to be heavier than the body, so I put as much extra wood in here. It actually takes me about longer to put the wood in and figure out how to cut it and get it all. It's like a puzzle piece. You got to put your little tiny pieces of wood in here because the bowl is in the way. You don't want to touch the bowl. The bowl is a resonator, so I got to put the wood around the bowl. So it actually takes me almost longer just to put the wood in there and cut it and make sure it fits in there. There's lots of different pieces in all the little cubby holes in here. It took me about 3 hours just to put the wood in here to balance it, and that also really increases your sustain. Just amazing. So this right here is a neck stabilizer, which also allows you to raise and lower the strings. How, you ask, does that work? What the hell? Well, what you do is you loosen this screw a little bit. The neck comes up maybe 1/4 of an inch, not much, but boy, that makes a huge difference with the height of the strings. As you can see, the strings are set up right now pretty much in between slide and fretted, so you can fret it or slide it. That's how I ship them. So you can adjust it however you like. You can raise or lower the strings however you like. You can use whatever gauge you like. You can tune it however you like. You can use a 6-5-4 string. You can use a 5-4-3 string. You can do a 2-2-2 string, a 3-3-3 string, a 6-6-6 string, a 5-5-5 string. You get the idea. There's tons of people who have these, as I like to say, who tune these all weird. So you can tune it to you can have a low E, a mid E, and a high E. However you want to do it, man. However you want to do it. There you go, folks. Padron Dog Bowl 3-string humbucker. Star box guitar by Bluesboy Jag. Once again, thanks for calling. Thanks for watching.
And thanks for your kind support. Toodles.